Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Creative Time Chamber Show. This is the 5-minute show helping you grow from shy creative to confident creative. So, I'm adding a new experience to these shows. So, if you're watching on YouTube, there's now video. Don't know how I feel about it, but I thought just to try to change it up a little bit. But on IGTV, this will still be audio. So, if you want to see my face, which I don't know who will want to do that, check the YouTube video. We're going to start this off by saying the creative path is a foggy one. What the great start to the video. Don't know if you heard that horn, but we can start it again. The creative path is a foggy one, and if you've ever been in a fog, it can be frightening. There's the feeling of being lost, uncertain what direction to go. For anime heads, fog means Zabuza or ninjas from the Mist Village. But for a period of time, you're clueless about how to proceed. That's a pretty wild metaphor to start with, but hopefully that set the stage for this episode and we're going to get right into it. Not all creative paths are linear. Not everyone's paths are really the same. No matter what advice you read or the success stories you read online, they're all pretty unique. However, this might sound familiar to you. You go to school, get educated, go to uni, find a job, and you're set for life. You work until you retire. And to me, that's depressing. It's why I'm on this creative path, which it does have its own set of challenges, and one of the biggest roadblocks I've faced, and I know you might be facing this as well, is uncertainty. Through my own reading and speaking with coaches, our lack of confidence comes from uncertainty. I've always found that taking on any project or accepting an opportunity comes with leaking with questions like, should I do this? Is this right for me? What happens if this doesn't go well? You just don't know what outcome to expect. And I totally get it. Creatives feel the need to have it all figured out. And more likely than not, trying to figure out the best route stops us from taking any route at all. You want to be sure that you're choosing to pursue is going to lead you to success. I mean, who doesn't want success, right? But the fear of uncertainty is real, unbearable at times, but it's totally normal. And that's something I've had to get used to. Some people are great at handling uncertainty, but I'm sure whenever you've had to face an important decision, a ton of worry would enter. And it's that feeling of uncertainty which looms over you. You can use questioning to ground yourself. Asking questions, what have I got to lose? What can I gain? How might I feel about this decision a year later? That's just a few examples as you try to navigate around this fog. But you have to take a couple of steps to decide if this path is for you. If it isn't, that's cool. You pick another path. Like I said in the beginning, no creative path is the same, and you do have to invest the time up front to know if this pursuit is the right one. It's the only way that I've found to push through and up out of the fog. Which brings me to another tip. Look forward to see what happens. The path in front of you looks uncertain because you haven't tried to do the thing. This is going to sound counterintuitive, but if your path looks unclear, then that's a sign of a great journey. That means it's a good time to explore, to create, to research, learn, to try to better understand what it is that you want, then walk that path. And you're not tied to the first thing you choose to do, nor is it something you need to pursue the rest of your life. But it's only through the doing you will discover if the path you've taken meets your goals. A great thing about the internet is if you simply share your learnings in public, this helps someone else's creative path less foggy. So I definitely advocate for showing your process, documenting your journey, because helping others is just one of the byproducts of sharing your work online. And I'll be real, I hesitated talking about this topic because I wasn't sure if I was fit to talk about it. And I realized that that's just the perfectionist monster inside me that's talking, telling me to hold off, to wait until you actually know what you're talking about. But I Hadouken that monster, and the hope after this episode is you begin to be okay with uncertainty. I'm just learning in public, teaching in public, but most importantly, I believe it's possible to create a path that increases your chance of being certain. What you can do to increase your tolerance to uncertainty, as I've been learning recently, to at least become aware that it exists, and you can begin to formulate some plan of attack to best increase your tolerance to uncertainty. Random side note, I tweeted once that we're all just winging it. Then it got a bunch of chicken wing gifs, but those people I know understood the point. Like perfectionism, 100% certainty is impossible, so this week's 3 actions are less action-based, but rather some things to think about and ponder after this episode. So 1 is know that uncertainty is real, and while you can't get rid of uncertainty 100%, you can most certainly increase the amount of certainty. Just gotta pick a path and just go. Number 2 is giving yourself permission to create. You need to explore, you need to be okay with not knowing, and embrace the beginner's mindset and create things daily. Lastly, 3, I hit my nose on the mic. Lastly, 3, I've said this in the middle of the episode, but it's worth repeating, and you're not tied to one singular path. Insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. So choose to pivot if nothing is in your favor. Giving something up is not the same as giving up. And hat tip to AI Monkey on Twitter for that 3rd point. He brought a nice perspective to the original tweet. And that is it for this episode of the Creative Time Chamber. Hope there was something useful for you there today. And if it was, give it a like and consider subscribing. And also, if you enjoyed the video, let me know. I'll see if I continue to do this, and hopefully the render time doesn't 10x the original time it takes. So thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. You have been in the Creative Time Chamber, where you enter shy and leave a more confident creative.